Hi, Nick Jeremiah here. A cisgender, gay, Christian, LGBTQIA plus ally. And I'm coming to you just with a quick one. I'm reading Meditation Moments for Women by Mildred Stamm, 2 M's. Got this book the other day and I wanted to actually look through it. So today's Bible passage: John did no miracle, but all things that John spake of this man were true, and many believed on him there. That's John 10, verse 41 and 42. I'll read this because I thought it was really crucial. The ending was particularly crucial for my moment, and it's helpful for me this day, April 18th, 2025. Jesus had gone into the region beyond Jordan where John the Baptist had carried on his ministry. As the crowds gathered about Jesus, he very likely reminded them of John. And they said, quote, John did no miracle, but all things that John spake of this man were true. End quote. As a result, quote, many believed on him there. End quote. F.B. Meyer speaks of the ministry of John as, quote, the work of the ungifted worker, end quote. John was a God-chosen man, one, quote, sent from God. That's John, verse 1, chapter 16. Chapter 1, verse 16. He was one of whom Jesus said, quote, there hath not risen a greater than John the Baptist, end quote. Yet what else do we read concerning him? That he, quote, did no miracle. He was not known for his spectacular achievements, yet in God's sight he was great. This passage is about sharing the gospel. Meyer said, quote, true greatness consists in doing the appointed work of life from the platform of a great motive, end quote. John had a great motive. Speaking of Christ, he said, quote, he must increase, but I must decrease, end quote. That's John chapter 3, verse 30. He did not seek to perform miracles. His eyes were on Jesus, and his aim was to glorify him. What then did John do? He, quote, spoke of this man, end quote. He talked about Jesus. His conversation was full of him. And I saw, quote, and bear record that this is the Son of God, end quote. That's John chapter 1, verse 34. What he said concerning Jesus was true. Today, God is looking for those who will speak about Jesus, those who will share with others what Jesus has done for them. To speak about him, we must know him. To know him, we must read of him and his word. We must commune with him. We must spend time with him. We can introduce others to Christ only if we know him ourselves. You may think of yourself as ungifted, but you have a very important work to do, the task of talking about Jesus and introducing him to others. And I think that's huge. I just think of all the wonderful people I meet and how usually I don't mention what Christ has done for me, what Jesus has done in my life, but it's something that should be on the tip of my tongue, ready to go. I'm ready to tell everyone the good news, you understand? And that is huge for me in my progress journey as a faithful Christian. So very short here today as I'm going back into work, but just wanted to touch on that and do this daily meditation. See you next time. God bless. Bye.